afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the master of propaganda, here of the defender of the fatherland. We're off here to an exciting 1 vs 1 on the road to Kharkov between in the South Panzergrenadier Angreifen fighting here for the Wehrmacht, for the 15th Panzergrenadier Division, going up versus in the North Vulpine L fighting here for the United States of America. For the 4th Infantry Division, got reasons there arriving, riflemen on the way there with rifle company neatly chosen here by Vulpine. All infantry bullets there, Angreifen got Blitzkrieg, mechanized assault and mobile defense with the suite there of infantry bullets as well there. We got an MD42 grenadiers there. Both players so far sticking to the more standard of openings. Just get some infantry for the Wehrmacht, throwing a machine gun there for good measure to shoot down some Yankees and leave them screaming and bleeding on the ground. Quick part wide there, to sort of try and minimise the effect there of an initial pin, which you do get a lot here in northern Kharkov. I'm surprised, they keep changing every other map, but for some reason, they are really reluctant to just deal with this part here. I mean, it's terrible. But either way here, Pioneers up, wiring off the tractor. Can't have those Americans running off the tractors because it's not like they have a lot of those back home in America. Anyway, stage everything, grab rifle there, more rifle there. So far again, pretty standard. Both sides sort of going for the immediate fuel and munitions, using the M42 to grab territory. Setting up just in case the Americans might be making a very aggressive rush for it. Which rarely happens on the road to Kharkov though. I mean, it can happen, but it tends to be sort of a rarer event. Like an American who goes rifle company and actually then goes, for BARs besides flamethrowers. Got a bit of barbed wire down here. Again, they're sort of immediately trying to set up the battlefield to suit more them. He's trying to make it hard for the Americans to move through here and flank in towards the south, for example. Wiring off bar cover. I mean, it's rather standard moves in some places there for sort of higher level players, but still, it does sort of follow certain patterns. Got more riflemen there. More grenadiers here for Angreifen. Shifting the rifle further, leaving the region to get the victory point. Now going to gain the Pioneers. M1 Garand versus MP40s up close. There we go, right quick, falling back to gain the range distance. And good lord, a lot of branches falling off there. I'm not entirely sure who's shooting up into the air, but clearly he needs a bit of a thwack on the helmet. God damn it, Dieter! Told you to stop shooting into the air. Where do you think we are? Rather than moving ahead, rather than hanging back there denying the building, making it harder for GM's advantage before shooting forward. Got grenadiers that way to sort of help the Pioneers there. And we got a third grenadier on the way. We got nothing further here for Vulpine, at least. Might be playing there for a quick lieutenant, I guess. In which case they're saying up a bit of manpower there makes sense. Riflemen suppressed, of course, could be planning here some elite rifleman training. But there we go, third grenadiers were rhyming. And what is going on here? Will there be tech? There we go. We got the lieutenant on the way. The lieutenant is coming to town. Lieutenant Lou.
The capture point is under attack.
Well, some of the men call him before they get whacked on the head. Lulu. Anyways, riflemen and rears going in there. Grenadiers tank from the rear there. We got big 2-point attack there. MD42 swiftly outflanked there. There's a bit of a gap there, I think, in Angreifen's planning, which in this case Vulpine was able to swiftly exploit and push through. Grenadiers there firing at the rifle and some grenadiers there. Quick push there for the cut point. He's really sort of intent on trying to deny Angreifen his cut off there and trying to deny him as much fuel. Problem is that at the same time he's exposed himself to the grenadiers. He successfully pushed away the MD42, but I mean his men are rather out in the open. He's got 2 grenadier squads who are not constantly shifting about. And remember, the more your infantry moves about, the less accurate they are, and for longer periods of time. I mean, generally you want your infantry with rifles to sort of stand still. And when then have the troops are saying about there while the opponent gets to get all those 3 shots, I mean he's rather going to have the advantage. In this case, Vulpine just kept shifting about there, not really taking up cover for any prolonged period of time. Rather taking heavy loss, actually got a rifleman squad there lost. Some pretty harsh losses there for Vulpine in the initial moments. I mean, managed to cut it off, but I don't think that cut-off point is worth 280 manpower within the first 5 minutes. We do, of course, get a quick M20 on the way there. And so there has been some pressure, but still I'd say it's pretty overwrought there. We got a bunker up here for Angreifen. MD42 back on the spot here. And we got, cheeky Angreifen right here, right on the retreat path. He's laid down a chunky S minefield there, ready to blow apart anyone who sets foot there. cheeky Angreifen. Of course, question is, he's getting minesweepers, he's aware of it, but still, end of a sector round here for Vulpine could result in someone getting blown to very small chunks. Medic bunker up there. Do we take up there? We do need to get it up though. I believe the Pioneer. So more S-Minefield basically doing its best to sort of slow down Vulpine to make it more difficult to maneuver, and of course also make it more difficult to retreat. Of course, Vulpine's soon going to be adding in his own little festivity there with the M20 upgrading with the armoured skirts. No huge surprises there. Gonna do shifting about the M20 utility coming ahead, crashing through a bit of wooden stuff. Not sure how to further describe it. Looks like he's planning something. The way he's taking it is sort of a very far up western path. He's probably planning to flank something, but the question is, what is he trying to flank? You might got veteran rifle there up for Vulpine, quickly filling up the huge gaps in the ranks they've suffered within those first 5 minutes. Sneaking about there again, has to wait for the other minefield to be cleared out there. Goddamn Crouch, why do you have to put mines everywhere? There you go, base engaged here. Again, it's a very deep flank here. It's actually a very rarely seen deep flank actually attempted by any player. But it's actually pretty interesting to watch here from Vulpine, though of course has to be careful. I mean, could in theory end up getting sort of caught between a lot of Grenadiers the way he's moving into enemy territory, so it's not without its risks. And there we go, Grenadiers got blocking off there. We got Grenadiers moving from the west. We got no one back in the base though, so I suppose that's helpful. Could be trouble. We got a 2-2 on the way there for Angreifen, like the Punty Spearwagon. M20 they're doing a bit of damage so far, limited action. Going for the victory point, pushing up the west here. Actually, good perhaps in fact been a distraction, a diversion. Pulling it up here, forcing the Germans away from the western territory, allowing the rest of the force to pull up more west easily. In that case, that's actually pretty clever, though it's hard to say what Vulpine's actual goal was. I mean, sadly, I do not possess some kind of device that jacks me into Vulpine's thought processes in this very moment. I can only sort of guess and surmise as to what's actually going on. Gonna do this there, push back. 50 caliber on the way here for Vulpine. Heavy machine guns there to help deal with the Germans, hold up some territory. Cook work out. Mortar on the way, we got the 2-2 sitting in there on the hunt for the M20. M20 they're taking a bit of a senseless path, I suppose. Are we 2-2 going in there for the kill? But it is bringing from the other side, and there we go within Panzerfaust range. Shoot it, Heinz! Ah, full treffer. And we got the M20 in a bit of trouble there. There we go, popping out there to get off some bazooka shots there. Good hit, actually hit the German car, not the American one. Credit to all American M20 bazooka crews. The 2-2 that does escape second rocket though, missed rather splendidly, instead hitting some bird's nest, I imagine, leaving some rather scrambled eggs there. 50 caliber moving up, so that does leave Vulpine a bit more of a trouble there. Could of course try and go here quickly for an A half track. I mean, that would be a bit of a surprise. Some players like to do that, you know, adding a lot of firepower. Would certainly also force response from Mine. I was actually going for a second mortar there. A second Granatenwerfer. So he's adding in a lot of artillery there. Wonder what Angreifen's moving region could be for that. I mean, there's a M heavy machine gun, but beyond that, I'm not entirely sure the game sort of playstyle really favours that at the moment. I mean, neither from his opponent or him, but oh well. Also, we have got Blitzkrieg. Ambulance on the way there, and 2 mortars. Not a small mortar battery there. Usually it's infantry. The battalion would have their own little company that would mix of machine guns and mortars, besides some other more specific mortar elements. In the early stages of war, though, each company would also have a small platoon with their own stuff, and I think even, you know, actually I think they had a small platoon with that, but even further down to the squad level, each squad, also the platoon there, actually they had a small unit there attached to 5cm mortars. My apologies if I'm having a slight time remembering all the organisational details. It's a bit late here. Had to spend all day looking for a replay after a hotfix, and there's basically just a daft, huge, vast void of decent replays, and this is sort of the best I could find there. I mean, there was something that was really interesting, and then, you know, they just flopped by the third act severely.
We are losing a sector.
Anyways, Pack 49 for Angreifen to help deal with the vehicles, but they might come there from Vulpine. Question, of course, what will Vulpine go for next? A quick move here for the Major. That could work out. Could also try maybe some weapon racks. Quick bazooka here, mix up BARs. But that's it, going for a lot of flamethrowers there to help deal with a kraut foe. But yeah, the Germans sort of initially had sort of mortars more mixed out in a certain sense. The 8cm barrel was actually, by the very early stages of the war, actually sort of designated as a heavy mortar, later redesignated as a medium mortar. And in the later stage of the war, they'd sort of add in more heavy mortar cores, the design they copied from the Russians, sort of, used that more aggressively as well. A lot of interesting bits there. It was overall centered around the sort of stormtrooper concept, which just basically had them sort of rushing forward with as much of their own integral support, doing as much damage, breaking through the weak spots, and then whatever sort of heavier resistance would appear would sort of be left with more heavier armed elements with bigger guns, basically. Rather moving up here against the Grenadiers, a few kills enacted there. Here's the push way they're going for the victory point. Dragging down that little flag, and there you go. Lieutenant opening up their 50 caliber so far, not having the most fun there against the Krauts. Unfortunately remains, he's really paranoid about that cut-off. We got two mortars here, not within full supporting range, but still they can sort of cover a nice chunk here, make it harder for the men to sort of fight in sort of the static warfare. 2-2 also here patrolling a bit about. Vulpine at the moment needs to sort of, I think, try and just focus his forces through to sort of one larger punch and just hit Angreifen square on the jaw somewhere. Got a flamethrower push here, tiny blob, a blob edge if you will. Really just trying to overwhelm the Grenadiers here when they're supporting only one squad there. I mean, they had to retreat. I mean, it did as much damage as they could, but ultimately 2 for 2 there. We got more reinforcement, we got the 2-2, but now there's not really much to hold. We got the M40 pushing forward, pretty aggressive. We got a bunker up though. Interesting, a bunker up here from Angreifen. I wonder what he's planning there. And he's going for a machine gun bunker. I mean, the position would have been good for a command bunker, but he's clearly sort of taking to try there, allowing him to use his MD4 more aggressive, but also just covering the cut-off in the area a bit more interesting. So this is actually a bit more interesting. I mean, I'm actually seeing more players sort of use machine gun bunkers now, though Angreifen seems to be one of the high-level players I think regularly using them. But it's been interesting there. Cruise there, and Rifle stopped by the MB42 in the middle of the road there, and poor Johnny there took the full brunt of it, sacrificing himself unintentionally though for the rest of the unit. Don't worry, Johnny, you're a hero, but I don't want to be one. I want my stomach back. Too late. Damage in the 222. Bad news there for Angreifen. Scout car crew there. Taking up there with Angreifen. Mortars there just continue to bombard away. Doing a bit of damage, but so far not too much. I mean, again, he's playing a much more mobile, swifter opponent, which does sort of, to a certain extent, limit it. And it's better for you getting to attack, but so far, I mean, it's Vulpine so far doing the attacking most of the time. He's mostly good there, I suppose, dealing with the support weapon he's got there. It's not like they're completely useless, but, I don't know. Effectiveness does seem a bit more limited at times. However, we've got the machine gun bunker here, quickly holding up their assault line. Of course, also signal it to Vulpine where it is, but at the same time, you sort of notice how you position it. It's sort of more like, the second line of defense here. I mean, it's not going to be what, in most cases, Vulpine's going to be rushing his head straight into, which means, again, other units will first sort of draw fire, acquire abilities and the like, sling the machine gun bunker to cover those. Not too bad then, not too bad. And he's going straight for tier 4 here. I think either Angreifen is feeling pretty confident, he just really wants to go for tier 4, but tier 4 player there. Interesting. I mean, also considering his very light tier 2 there, I'm not entirely sure that's going to work out perfectly well there. We'll have to see to they're falling back. Got the 50 cover, they're fighting away. Nothing here though. Bit away there. I mean, he could go for the Scot, but he might, of course, be more likely to go for the Sherman here, try and put through with some heavy armor. The Scot would allow him to already hit him again, bombarding away, laying down a smoke screen, for example, on the bunker line, so he's pushing more aggressively. There you go. At the same time, he's making a good sweep into the south. Angreifen's doing similarly up here in the north, and he's doing it with notably a lot less resistance there from Vulpine, who's quickly striking in there. Bunker again doing well, and we got the incendiary rounds in the M42 as well. Halting the rifle assault there in a storm of bullets, and there you go. Got white phosphorus rounds here around the position, doing some light damage, forcing the mortar sites to be called back, but sadly he can't quite follow up here, so it actually ends up as wasted munitions, and that's basically 130 munitions down the drain, because he can't follow up on it. So I'm not entirely sure what that was supposed to do there for Vulpine. But it's time here for the mid-game analysis. Current situation, damage-wise, Angreifen are leading a bit ahead, though so far. loss-wise, again, they're closer, but again, he's sort of leaning it. I mean, again, the American player does have the large unit, so that is, well, rather to be expected. So there again, no huge surprise there, but it's still a bit unfortunate for Vulpine. Again, I think it also has something to do with that initial sort of just squat wipe really just gave Angreifen a bit more to work with. But sort of army value-wise, it's actually much closer. In fact, we also see that Vulpine several times is actually leading ahead here. And Current will also stay a bit longer because of the tier 4 move there from Angreifen. Again, feeling confident there. Points held, again, a lot closer, though we do see several. Angreifen does tend towards a slight advantage, though we do see sort of Vulpine breaking through that sort of control from time to time. But overall, it's rather close there between the two players. Now, sort of consider the change again. The tier 4 move is rather risky. It does give Vulpine time to bring out armor of his own, sort of try to push back Angreifen and do some damage. I mean, it's going to require a lot of resources to get out of Panther. Meanwhile, Vulpine can quickly out of Sherman, do a lot of damage, kill some infantry, knock out the scout car, take some points, do a lot of damage, maybe follow up for something else, some sort of control the map. At this point, of course, Vulpine should be aware, what Angreifen might bring to the table. And he's probably not expecting a Panther. Well, he might, consider Jackson or maybe actually an M20 to lay down some mines. If the Panther were to get immobilized from that could very easily be GG there for Vulpine. But right now for Angreifen, I mean, going for the Panther, fair enough, but maybe throwing some Panzer Grenadiers, or maybe getting some fuel cash sort of alleviate things a bit, while holding up here, maybe some additional bunkers could also be an idea there. I also think overall what Isola is doing is pretty well there for Vulpine. Something needs to change. He needs to really change up. He needs to get out of Sherman, he needs to get aggressive, he needs to do some damage, he needs to bleed out, he needs to push through the east, he needs to somehow deal with the area, and particularly deal with a bunker. That would be great there for Vulpine. Otherwise, throwing in some additional weapons on the right there would be good. Maybe also the rear echelons. I mean, friends and bazookas, friends and BARs, as he gets the resources I think would do Vulpine a lot of good. Fuel caches would, I think, also help out Vulpine. I mean, the more fuel, the better. But let's return to the fight and see what happens next. Troops reinforcing, healing up. The Major just standing about there, being a major asset to Vulpine forces. Looking all inspirational. Look at this, guys. This is a gun. Not as big as your guns, but still a gun. I don't know, something like that. 2-2 there. Larcher doing alright. Got some kills in for the fatherland. Pioneers pulling back. I'm going to set up their heavy pan support as soon as possible here. Schnell, schnell. Come on, Kartoffelkopf. We've got Arbeit to do. Heavy Panzer Corps going up there for Angreifen. Nothing further here of his Blitzkrieg doctrine. I mean, actually used it. I mean, not even say a quick tactical movement to just really just rush against Vulpine in a Teutonic wave of doom and bullets. There you go. Grenades caught here by flamethrowers, BARs, Thompsons, 50 cal machine gun fire. I mean, just really raking down. In fact, see what there. He's not careful. Looks like Angreifen is not paying attention. Ah!
The enemy is taking our territory.
Damn close there. He actually tried to go up the ramp and close to deal with him. He probably could have wiped him there, but in this case he didn't go to the bit of trouble. He got an unfortunately as well. Mortar firing down here. Almost doing some damage to their German friends, but rather avoiding that fate. And meanwhile got a swift push up here. Rifleman, vehicle crews making a quick spearhead maneuver there. Sherman on the way there for Vulpine, so of course he will have the armor lead. Heavy Panzer Corps is up. Angreifen though is close to getting a Panther. The Panzerkampfwagen 5 has been dispatched from a nearby unit to support the 15th Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadier divisions would have most usually had Stugs. Some more elite ones, lucky ones, would usually might have had Panthers or something else to support them. Though they tended to sort of operate on the rarer side of things. Most of the time they had Stugs, maybe some Jagdpanzers. They're the Hetzers. Hetzers generally weren't attached to the division. Of course, sort of late into the war where sort of equipment things were sort of, basically a lot messier, and never know what part. Of course, they might have had headsers, but as a general rule, headsers, while organisations still were sort of really adhered to, generally didn't go with the Panzer divisions and Panzer divisions. Fun fact. I've got an Elizabeth rather in a pretty open position, getting slaughtered there. They're trying to do the best over the Grenadiers, but pretty risky between these two mortars, which only one of them really done anything. The other one's just sort of like more just for show, it feels like. We also got some Telemarks there by the position. Show moving up, there we go. Wipes this 2-2-2. Finally gets vengeance for all the men. And the scout car lost to this tiny little thing. Got the vehicle moving out, flanking in. Trying to deal with the bunkers with the bazooka, but taking loss. Yes, they're getting focused down. by every submachine gun nearby. You've got the Sherman up here as well. And it's going to hit the mine! Oh, he killed his own men, didn't he? He's looked like, and there we go, bazooka secured right next to the mine, Pack 40 firing, oh dear. Clearly that driver had a sixth sense or something, otherwise that could have been GG right there for that crew. Away the pioneers of the bazooka. Feels a bit like some punch. The Jaegers going behind there for the Sherman trying to get away. Bunker though went down, bunker did go down. Not entirely sure what did it though, but it is gone, kaput. A hole in the ground. With no machine gun in it this time, but there we go. Angreifen adds in the armour there. Panzer arrives. Side of the fatherland. Oops, not needing to bring up the tactical map there. My apologies, because they're pushed away. Showing they need some dire repairs. Pack 40 hanging up rather than a bit of trouble. They got pioneers wiped out, cooked up. That was that. Bazooka lost pretty rapidly. And there you go, double pioneers. Obviously, Angreifen is aware if he needs as many pioneers as possible so we could keep that Panther operational at all times of the game. Rather than trying to go around, they're getting crushed here by the Panthers slowly but surely. Still, he's sort of managed to push back Angreifen here for a bit there. Doing some damage there. Good, good. Vulpine surging back. Like a thing that surges back. That's what word I'm looking for. M42 rushing straight into the 50 caliber and quickly suffers some excruciating losses. Panther joins in, machine gun being out there and top for some extra damage. We're just sitting south for a second for the fuel point, the ever vital fuel point. Troops saying about they need to get back on their feet and get back in the field. Here's the Panther. Rifles moving up to engage. Quick fuel loss there on the re-echelons. Damage down there with the mortars as well. Quickly charging in there. Got no flamethrowers there. And we do actually have weapon racks, but no weapons actually being handed out. I mean, not until a pair of bazookas would keep the Panther a bit more cautious, or does somebody else. Got the info in the position of the bunker. Every intent on keeping this point secured. It's also pretty good out there. I mean, your opponent has to flank from either from here or here, and most players don't tend to sort of flank in like that. So in that sense, it's actually a reasonably safe position, and there's Vulpine losses in a massive infantry assault. Which so far he hasn't really done. Panther moving up there. Bit of shooting there, but overall Panther does pull back though. After tank rifle there. Fails to damage the engine though. Sherman not nearby either. Shooting a bit around there with armor piercing rounds. Lieutenant needs to get away though. About to get wiped, Could be a waste there. Losing bit to Sherman there. Go damaging the Panther. Sherman. Panther moving in there. Rifle moving up. Shot bounced. Panther actually pulls back here. Pretty impressive there. Good damage. Engine Panther almost down to half health here. Sherman gets away. And we got white phosphorus called in here trying to stall any troops from the bounty, plus the Pack 40 there. Leaving the Panther on its own. Panther missed. Yeah. Pretty bold there by Vulpine, by the way, not pulling that Sherman further back as soon as possible, but go figure. Got rifle flanking up there, might try and get behind here. All the way, bought some time there with a white phosphorus barrel, bought some time. Good thing there, showing those quickly getting fixed up, as those things can be fixed up. Rather than flanking in, they're caught by light machine guns, but no heavy machine guns. There we go, we got a rifle grenade off there, quickly horse that. Back at the base, troops repairing, reinforcing. Looks like the Pioneers was either cancelled or killed. So he's just down to one again. Wasn't quite paying attention there. We got manpower, fuel being stocked up. Could try for a Panzer effort, could go for command tank. Could I suppose play for another Sturmpanzer or a Panther, but I think two Panthers right now would be severely overkill, but there's nothing wrong in that. Angreifen very intent on holding up the bunker here, so again, it does give you something about this map here. And again, there's sometimes a good idea with a bunker in certain places, either way. Rifle Lieutenant charging forward, hit Grenadiers, Panthers firing away. Sherman here, advancing. Sticking time piercing around to me, knowing that any time there, of course, could be a Panther engaging it. He's just sticking time piercing rounds, and even the armor piercing rounds of the Sherman aren't exactly half bad. It's just that high explosive rounds are better versus infantry. And there we go. He's actually going for the command tank there, Befehls Panzerwagen. Ready to support. An older model, but generally they sort of use their sort of command roles are just staff roles. Panzer IIIs were, in the later stages, were all commonly used in those roles, actually. Fun detail there. Hit down the Panther. Well, Sherman from the Panther. Still, Vulpine is maintaining map control. They start getting a Jackson. That's good. That's good. Probably one of the better counters here to watch on the field at the moment from Angreifen. Utilised properly, and if he hits it 1 minute, really cause Angreifen's armour a lot of pain. Running on the far from the Sherman. Taking some nasty losses there. Shot there, good shot. Did the car there doing alrightish, but now with the command tank moving up there with its Stummel cannon there, just blasting away that short velocity gun there, just threatening with the high plus rounds. The 5th car to fall back, we got the Sherman moving up there. Not fully repaired though, there's a Panther and a command tank, bit risky there, not in bazookas. I feel like Vulpine here missed out an opportunity there with that weapon rack to do some extra good damage there to Angreifen at times. I mean, just a few bazookas can just make it harder for the opponent's armor just to stick about for any prolonged period of time. Then he's this rifleman. And there we go, M36 Jackson tank destroyer. Need to be careful. Oh, good lord! Stuff the units in that shed. That quickly became a death trap. Horrifying. Not entirely short of possessed Vulpine to stuff on the inside. Don't worry, it's a wooden shed. It's safe from the crowd. Oh, good lord, no, it's not. Everything I know is wrong. There you go, Panther versus Jackson. Panther does escape. Nope, no, it does not. Down to have a pack 40 opening up there. Got the Jackson. Ah! Vulpine there, clearly a bit pushed there beyond what cars pull off. Their Sherman was nearby to be seen. Oh dear, poor Jackson. Poor Jackson done so much damage there. Had been able to survive, they could have been vital. Rather than just getting absolutely splattered across the ground there with machine gun bullets. This is rather looking like GG. I mean, Vulpine really had some chance there, but I think squandered it with too many wasted white phosphorus barrels at times, which could have been utilised, say, in some BARs or some bazookas besides just flamethrowers. Sherman moving in though, trying to flank in here. Back forward, the race to respond quickly. And the Sherman's base is opening with the arc of fire there, and it's not fast enough, I fear. Smoke pop there. And Sherman down there, another pack 40 there hidden. And the Panther retreats out of that huge plume of smoke, almost for 2 there. Vulpine's forces are in disarray.
We fight bravely for the Reich. The enemy is down to 200 points.
Pulling back here, rather than advancing, and not so much happening. There you go. Vulpine ends up surrendering here. GG. Bit of a shorter match, I know, but I basically been searching most of the day looking for something half decent to catch off that hotfix rather mess things up for me, so this is rather the best I think I can do without, actually cutting into my sleep. So, quick 1 versus 1 here, I suppose. Had some interesting moments, I think. Some attempts at a Vulpine to just do something a bit more interesting. Again, the weapon rack was researched, but never actually utilised. I think that's the mistake there. I think had some bazookas and BRs earlier there for Vulpine. I think there have been overall better potential doing some damage to the tank. I'd say just relying on flamethrowers. I mean, the flamethrowers work to a certain extent in certain situations, but I mean, you can't just go fully on them. They'll cut your sort of ability to do serious damage at longer ranges a bit in half. Then, had there been some BRs and bazookas, I think Vulpine overall would have a stronger chance there versus Angreifen. Sherman was sort of alright, but a bit mishandled at times still. Did something. Then the Jackson, though, yeah. So there you go. Also interesting move there for the tier 4. Had that not happened, things could have looked different as well. In particular, there had been bazookas out, and perhaps it was the threat of bazookas that caused Angreifen there to sort of go for Panther. Of course, a lot more American players are beginning to use bazookas now besides BARs. So I mean, that could be some, logic in that, I suppose. Who knows? But overall, decent play there. Good use of the machine gun bunker there. That's very rare to see there, but good use. The mortars, double mortars just seemed a bit wasteful there. Probably one would have done better as opposed to add some psychological pressure to Vulpine. But go figure. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this match, however short and perhaps not so great it was. If you did, feel free to subscribe, tell our friends, share it with everyone. If not, send a new player and find some feedback in the comment section. If this is Imperial Dancing, cheers, thank you for watching, and hope to see you all tomorrow for hopefully a better match. Bye.